Alright, welcome back, my fidget spinners. Boys, there is some news today. Now, I don't really do or cover news, but I feel like this is something I should cover because it's about the entirety of my channel, practically. So, we're rewatching ARK 2. It just got released on the Game Awards. No, this isn't a joke or a prank. I'll play the trailer first, and then we'll talk over it, so go ahead, watch.
It's time to go. Lights out, old friend.
Alright, so now that you've seen the trailer for yourself, we're going to break it down a little bit. We'll just watch it as we go. I don't want to cover too much stuff about the trailer because there's really not a lot here to break down. Obviously, we have some type of creature that's hiding in the bush, type of chameleon or something. I'm going to pause right here real quick. Obviously, Vin Diesel, he is, I'm assuming, collected the bag from Studio Wildcard in order to play the tribe leader role, whatever you want to call. He's clearly the tribe leader, obviously, it's him. And then this is, I don't think that's going to be his daughter, but I'm assuming that's some type of person he's attached to, I would say. Which I don't think will be too important for gameplay-wise, but for, like, lore people who like that stuff, I'm assuming that will come into play. So another thing right here is the camera, the camera point of view. It's really, it's a little bit different. I'm going to back it up just a little bit so you guys can actually see it. Is this view right here. This actually might be an in-game type of view. Obviously, this isn't any in-game material that's showing on screen, but this is kind of, I'm assuming it's going to give you an idea of what the in-game might look like. These guys right here that come into play, these are most likely going to be NPCs that are wild through the jungle. These are probably no different from the standard raptor you face. They just have a different moveset and are probably just wandering around the jungle as a tribe, and if you run into them or come into proximity of them, they will aggro on you, I would imagine. But the main thing that I wanted to talk about in this video is I'm really surprised we actually got something like this in this type of form, was the combat. We actually get to see a form of combat for ARK 2 that is similar to Conan's combat. Now, you'll see it in a second. It's more of a, how do I say it, like a lock-on combat. Wait till he gets to the... So these two are in like a fighting stance. Now, if you guys played Conan Exiles before, you know how you kind of get into that fighting stance, that fighting combat phase, where you are on a single target or next to multiple targets. I think ARK is going to be going to that direction rather than a free flow combat, which isn't a bad thing. With primitive stuff like this, see how they're... It's like I don't know, it's like a combat circle, I guess is a good way to describe it. So you'll probably see something along the lines of that. It's probably going to be like a lock-on feature, I'd imagine. The only problem about doing stuff like this is getting hit in the back a lot, especially with large tribes. It's just going to be a mess. So I kind of hope it doesn't come into ARK 2 with a combat feature like this, but at the same time, it wouldn't be bad, I guess, either. Scratch that. It'd be awful for, like Fabi snipers or like comp bows, anything like that. It would be completely awful. But for like foot PvP, like spear, swords, axes, like you'll see them pull out like a little hand axe, not a bad idea. See, like something like that, like the little axe or like spears would be fine for circle combat or lock-on combat, but... And then you have this, the T-Rex. I'm assuming is like a. It looks like it's supposed to, I'm assuming that's supposed to be a T-Rex. It's just like a different version than the normal T-Rex. It just has hair on it. Yeah. One thing is the armor they're wearing. I'm assuming you'll be able to collect that armor. I don't see why not, or make it for yourself, which is kind of cool. Try to get a better clip of it. Yeah, right here. Some type of bone armor from maybe like Rust. Maybe they kind of got the idea from Rust, or the bone armor. Not bad. Now this is where it gets kind of back to like the ARK thing that we know. Obviously the implants on our arms. Now for lore. Now this next part is all lore expert stuff. I don't want to really cover it too much because there's really not much to cover here. This clearly looks like some type of transponder. Maybe like a transmitter. This may be like a new transmitter. Who knows? Things from the past that people have written down. I'm assuming these are like things from like Helena's notes. Like there's Helena that she's written down. This kind of looks like traveling, more or less, like traveling from ARK to ARK. He's clearly been here before. This is clearly all his stuff. He's came from this planet, or came from wherever he was here, because he immediately knows how to turn this off. old friend, referring to he knows what's going on. And then we get a clip of the world. Now, I'm assuming this is not going to be the ARK world. The only thing that really stands out is this terrain for me. Now, people will probably first immediately look at these creatures. The creatures aren't really important. These models could easily get changed in a later date. Who even knows? You have a couple more over here. Kind of look like the smaller Brontos. I forget their names. But it's the terrain. This weird terrain up here. This is really something you can't really change, I feel like. I feel like if you're going to put this in, this kind of has to stay. You can see how it's all connected. Like, these aren't vines. These are old wires, it looks like. That's all overgrown stuff. And I'm assuming this, once we get into a bigger frame, it kind of looks like the ARK logo, how it has a point and then it comes back down, or some type of archway. Yeah, you can kind of see the old arch. I don't know, but that's ARK 2, boys. That's it doesn't look too bad. I kind of want to go back to here because this has a good shot. It's very, I don't know. I like it. This might be the first map. This might just be a cinematic cutscene that could be absolutely nothing. Who knows? But to have weird terrain like this, kind of like how the Extinction did their thing after, what was it, Aberration, how you do the Aberration boss and you gotta kind of see Extinction. It might be something like that, but it might not look exactly the same. So this is ARK 2. Overall, it looks great. I'm gonna end it there. Thank you guys for coming on and watching. If you want to see the clip for yourself, it's at the beginning of the video. I was gonna try to link it, but I have no clue how I'm gonna link it because I don't want to upload just the video and then get copyright striked. So I'm losing my voice. Holy shit! I'm actually losing my voice. Oh my god! I had to end the video. Oh my god! No.